So here we are with the Q&A. So we're just gonna kick things right off, and we're gonna start with X Geigen X69. First question is, what are your thoughts for Batman Earth 1? Well, I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I'm kind of, a little. I feel kind of like it's more half and half. Let's say that. Why I say that is because while I do say Geoff Johns is a great writer, I feel like while he is great at characters, I don't feel like I don't think he understands Batman. Because every time I see him write Batman, I feel like he, okay, like I said before when I did a review of a Green Lantern comic, I always said that he always writes Batman like, he never lets Hal Jordan live down, Parallax. We get it, Bruce. He destroyed Coast City. It's been rebuilt. We can move on. We pretty much moved on past your mistake when you took on the Venom. We moved past the mistake of Jason Todd coming back. We've moved past all that. Why can't you live down, that? And he also writes kind of like Batman, kind of like a jerk, kind of like he was in Green Lantern Rebirth. And I don't think that's a character. That's a Bruce Wayne. Let's face it, Bruce Wayne is a hard character for even the most talented writers to write. Sometimes they write him too dark or too light. I think some people get it right. He's not a dark character, or he's not a lighter character. And also, I feel kind of odd that it's Gary Frank doing the artwork. It just feels like it doesn't feel right that Gary Frank is, doing the artwork for that character. It feels like that Batman Earth 1 should have someone like Lee Progimio, who did the Joker, who did, the Joker and Lex Luthor novels. I feel like those should be the guys. Lee Progimio should do the artwork, or someone like John Romita Jr. I thought he'd be cool on a Batman book. Romita Jr. and Johns would be an awesome team up. And I feel like I'm really hoping it doesn't turn into The Dark Knight or something like Christopher Nolan's Batman stuff. I'm hoping it's something different, because that's going to be the problem when you're doing an Earth 1 book. Just don't make it Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight Return. Don't make me read. Don't let Mr. Johns. I'm trusting Geoff Johns in this, but at the same time, I'm worried. Like, don't make this. Like the comic book version of the Dark Knight series of the Christopher Nolan books. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so your second question is, what would would a Spider-Man Batman be a good team up? And I mean Peter Parker and Bruce Wayne. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, they've teamed up before as Batman and Spider-Man, but it'd be kind of interesting to have a Marvel DC crossover where it's not their superhero egos, it's their, who they really are, Bruce Wayne and Peter Parker. That could be interesting, like both them caught in a hostage situation. That's how I'd see it. Having them in a hostage situation and both trying to figure it out without trying to reveal to the other guy, hey, this guy could figure out I'm Batman, or this guy could figure out I'm Spider-Man. So that'd be kind of cool. Your third question is, do you think the Dark Knight Returns adaptation is possible? Well, I know DC Animated has DC, who they do all the animated movies. They've confirmed they're going to do a DC animated movie next year, so that is going to be freaking awesome. But I will say I'm hoping it's possible. I mean, they made All-Star Superman work. I mean, people complain about it, but to me, that was one of their best adaptations of a very well-known graphic novel, or comic book series. And The Dark Knight Returns is arguably one of the most well-known Batman stories, and as well as Frank Miller's story. I will say one thing. Please, DC, please have Michael Ironside do the voice of old Batman. That would just be awesome, in my opinion. Please have Michael Ironside be Batman. So yeah, that's really much all I had to say on that. Your next question is... Oh wait, your last question is, do you think the Green Lantern movie is going to be like Green Lantern's Secret Origins? That's funny. That's actually really funny, because me and my friend Ziploc Gory were talking about this when we first saw the Green Lantern trailers. And and we both thought we both said, we were like, it's Green Lantern Secret Origins. They're doing the Secret Origins route with Parallax and Sinestro, and Hector Hammond is the first villain. So yeah, there is a big possibility that this is going to follow the Secret Origin story. I don't mind that. I think that's a very cool idea of having Green Lantern Secret Origins as a good jumping on point to Green Lantern. That's all I'm saying. I think it's going to have a lot of the elements of Green Lantern Secret Origins. So thank you for the questions, X Geigen X69. Following that is my friend TanakaCon 1985. Now TanakaCon asks me about 5 questions. Yeah, 5 questions. First one being, how do you feel about Warren Ellis taking over the Secret Avengers books now? Well, he's not taking over the books until, I believe, issue, I want to say 15 or 16. He's going to do a 6-issue run on Secret Avengers of, it's going to be 6 different one-shots, 6 or 7 one-shots about each character or something like that, from what I understand. So that's going to be cool. I mean, Ed Brubaker right now is currently falling a bit on, because that last issue I read was just crap. So I don't mind. I think if he could, I'd have Warren Ellis stay on Secret Avengers. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think if he went on Secret Avengers now, I think it'd be on par with Astonishing X-Men. I thought his Astonishing X-Men stuff was pretty cool. Your next question is, to play off your Batman versus Wolverine debate, not my debate, someone else asked me to do it and I did it for them. But that's okay. In opinion, who would win between Dakin and Jason Todd? Ooh, I'm not going. I might do that in a fight video later on down the road, but that'd be pretty cool. I might consider that for a fight video. Your next question is Dracula versus Frankenstein's monster. That's actually happened in movies several times. There's actually one very god-awful movie that has Frankenstein and Dracula fighting during this whole alien invasion. I swear this is a movie that has aliens in it. It's got Dracula and it's really out there. But it's called Dracula versus the Frankenstein monster or something like that. But yeah, that's actually happened. Atomic Skull versus Ghost Rider. That's another one I'll have to... all I'm going to say is that might be another one I might consider for our fight video. But, your last question is, how do you feel about the inclusion of Zod in the Superman remake? How do I feel about that? I said my piece in an earlier video, but, just to cover it real quick, all I'm going to say is 2 things. One, I think it's stupid that you're bringing in a Superman villain that we've already seen and we're already tired of in the Superman movies, when we could have had villains like Metallo, Parasite, Brainiac, well, not Darkseid. Darkseid's a little too early for a first movie, but yeah. It just seems a little... But then again, on the other hand, it's not Lex Luthor. It's not Lex Luthor, because for the biggest part, we're all tired of Luthor more than Zod. And it's also a villain that Superman can fight. And knowing Zack Snyder, he's probably in a Superman movie. He's probably going to have Superman actually punch somebody, and it's going to be an epic fight scene between Zod and Superman. So it's bad, but at the same time, it's interesting because we're going to actually have Superman cut loose. It's someone Superman can cut loose on. So that'll be good. I'm going to say it in that aspect, it's good, but the other time why didn't we have a villain that we've already seen? Because why didn't they just deviate from the Christopher Reeves movies, But anyway, thank you for the questions, TanakaCon, and we're going to move on to Ronin Reviews. Ronin Reviews asked me 2 questions. First one is, what are your thoughts on Avengers Academy? Well, to be honest, Ronin, I've never read Avengers Academy. I've never read it. I know it has that character they brought in from Superhero Squad, Reptile, in there. It's got Tigra and Hank Pym. Big reason is I don't like Hank Pym, so I don't read that book. Yeah, it never really appealed to me. It just feels like they were trying to make a Teen Titans book, but have, I don't care. I don't care much for it. But if you like the book, Ronin Reviews, that's fine by me. I've just never found the book appealing to me. I I don't know. I just never liked the idea. Or maybe I just couldn't get into it. Either way, I haven't read Avengers Academy. And your last question is, if you could write any comic book ever, what would that be? Oh, there are lots. Let's see. There are a lot, but namely, Spectre, Superman, Wolverine, even Darkwing Duck. I have an idea for a Darkwing Duck story. Like I said, Wolverine, Spider-Man, the Spectre. I said the Spectre already. Suicide Squad. There are a lot. Let's just say there are a lot. But thank you for the questions, Ronin Reviews. Okay, so we're going to start with Mr. Punisher Hudson. He asked me 8 questions. And the first one is, ever consider doing a debate? Why am I so tongue-tied today? Ever consider doing a debate on Devil Jin versus Scorpion? And I've asked this before, by the way, somehow. Okay, maybe you have asked me this, and I didn't consider. I just skipped it or accidentally deleted the message, because I'm pretty sure you personally messaged me this once. But I'll be happy to do this. But it's going to be in like Section 8 of my fights, which is going to be a hell of a long way, because people ask me to do a lot of fights. But yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Just going to have to wait a while. 2. Do you think Nightcrawler will return as a supervillain or be left dead completely? I'm gonna, not to sound like a jerk or anything, but I'm gonna say no on both accounts, because no, I don't think they're gonna keep him dead completely. No, if they bring him back, they bring him back as a supervillain. He's probably gonna be brought back through some BS sort of way from Fraction or whoever's on the book right now, and any X-Men book, and they'll be like, "Hey guys, what's up?" But I really hope there's gonna be an interesting backstory of what his life was in the Kurt's life in the afterlife was. I'm really hoping for that, if he comes back and he talks about it, rather than, "Hey guys, I'm back. Let's go back. I'm gonna go back to the X-Men now." But it would be interesting if he was brought back like a super villain or something. It'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I think I got time for one more of your questions. Thoughts on Batman Arkham City and the new villains? I'm excited. I'm really excited after watching that gameplay trailer. Wow, I was hyped for, Batman Arkham City. Hugo Strange is there. I'm actually becoming a huge Hugo Strange fan. I don't know why. I just found like when he was rumored to be in the Dark Knight Rises movie, I was like, I got more into Hugo Strange, and I was like, this dude is awesome. So yeah, Hugo Strange is gonna be cool. We're gonna have Two-Face in there. He's actually gonna be voiced by the voice actor who did his voice. I know I said voice about 4 times. In Batman, the animated series back in the 90s. We're gonna have Catwoman in there, voiced by Grey DeLise. I got no problem with that. This is actually gonna be Mark Hamill's last time doing the voice of the Joker. It's just gonna be awesome. I'm really hyped for that game. I can't tell you enough how hyped I am for this game. I'm definitely gonna get it. It's on my list of games I gotta get. But yeah, I think I got time for one more question. What would happen if GLaDOS and MODOK met Skynet? Is that your fourth question? Yeah, that's a fourth question. I don't know how GLaDOS would act, because I forget who GLaDOS is, unfortunately. It's blanking on me right now. But if MODOK met Skynet, he'd try to take it over, but knowing Skynet, he'd probably pull the plug on him and, take control of him. And, MODOK under Skynet's control would be scary. But, yeah. Thank you for the questions so far. I'll answer your questions in the next part coming up next.